Masters Learning Center and IVMasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 2, Section 3, Number 2, which reads, which of the following ordered pairs XY satisfies the system of equations above? Now let's say it's been a little while and you're like, crap, I forget how to do a system of equations. What you could always do whenever you have coordinates and an equation, or in this case equations, is you could just plug the coordinates right into the equation. Now if it's a solution to the system of equations, it means that the coordinate works in both equations. So it's easier, you ask yourself, hey, which equation is easier to plug into? The top one. So you could see that answer choice A and answer choice D is not going to work in the top equation. Only 2 plus -2 or -2 plus 2 will give you 0. And then you plug it into the second equation. And now when we go 3 times 2, we get 6. -2 times -2, we get a positive 4, and 6 plus 4 will give you 10. So B is your correct answer. And then if you test it out, you would see that it doesn't work. There you get -10. Now, how do you eliminate or substitute? Now, those are the two ways to do a system of linear equations. And there's some questions, little checklist of questions that I recommend students go through in order to decide on whether to substitute or eliminate. Substitute, if you remember, you get a variable alone, and then you solve for the other variable. And in elimination, what you have is you have the stuff lined up, and usually you're multiplying one of the equations by something, and then you add them down, and you can solve them that way. As a rule of thumb, if you have a variable already isolated, then you substitute. If you have the numbers lined up like you do here, x is lined up, y is lined up, and the numbers are lined up, I am an advocate of elimination. And before we go on eliminating, what I like to do is I like to look at my answer choices and say, hey, do I want to eliminate x or do I want to eliminate y? And if you notice, in answer choice A, B, and D, the y's are the same. So I don't want to eliminate y, I want to eliminate x, because only in answer choices C and D are the x's the same. So I have a higher chance of only having to solve for one variable. And so if I do so my first question is, should I eliminate or substitute? I'm going to eliminate here. Second question is, if I am eliminating, which variable do I want to eliminate? I want to eliminate the y because I have a better chance for just solving for x and being done with the question. So since I want to eliminate y, I want to ask myself, which equation should I multiply by what? And if I notice, if I multiply the top equation by 2, then I'm going to have a positive 2y, I'm going to have a negative 2y, and I'm going to be able to eliminate. Now I'm going to write this over here. I get 2x plus 2y equals 0. Don't forget to distribute to the last. For this one it doesn't matter because it's 0. Underneath you get 3x. Whoops. It's minus 2y equals 10. Then when I add it down, these cancel. I add up, I get 5x equals 10. Divide both sides by 5. I get x equals 2. So, where is x2? In answer choice B, and in no other. And I'm done. Now, if I were to eliminate, then what I would have is taking the original here. I could either have subtract x from both sides and have x equals negative y, or subtract y from both sides and say x equals negative y. I could also isolate to say y equals negative x. But again, so when you're substituting, the one you isolate is the one you eliminate. And I said I want to eliminate the y, so I want to isolate the y. So I take my x plus y equals 0. I subtract x from both sides. This cancels. Y equals negative x. Now in place of y, I put negative x. So then I get 3x minus 2 times negative x equals 10. What I did was I substituted into the second equation. So it's the same as this, only in place of y I put negative x. Now I have 3x. When you multiply two negatives, you get a positive, so it's plus 2x equals 10. You get 5x equals 10. And you divide both sides by 5x equals 2. The finish is the same. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You'd share it with someone who has difficulty with elimination or substitution, or remember, if you have coordinates in an equation, they should know. You just plug right in there. Is there any question you'd like to answer from me? any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything, and check out our 1-minute video on TikTok. Have a great day.